Well, hi everyone, and welcome to Business Legal Lifecycle TV. I have with me, as always, Jeremy Stretton. Say hello to everyone, please, Jeremy.
Hi everyone, hope you're having a great week.
Excellent. So today we're talking about being a prospective employee. We've come up with 5 questions that we suggest you ask in the interview. These aren't set in stone, obviously, but variations of these, put your own spin on it, depending on the industry that you're in. We wanted to go through 5 questions and quickly as to why we think they're important and the sorts of answers you might be looking for when you're trying to find a new employee. So, Jeremy, do you want to kick off with the first question that we came up with?
I do, thank you. So the first one is to ask them about themselves, to tell us about yourself, and ask why should our company hire you. Now this might seem an obvious question, but what you're looking for here is, does what they tell you match with what their resume says and what you're looking for as far as experience goes? I had a recent interview where someone had put a job down on a resume, and it turned out that they hadn't actually done that job. They were working for someone else and kind of doing it on the side. So that came out in the interview. So tell us a bit about yourself and why should our company hire you. You really want to hear about their reasons that they want to work for you. Any employee you want to have to come and work for you, that you don't want them to feel an obligation, and so you want to really hear about why they think that you should hire them and get their best traits. So that's the first one. Craig, number 2.
Yeah, number 2 is ask them about their plans for the future and include motivations for applying. This question really speaks for itself. If they have some future plans about becoming an astronaut or something like that, and you're not in that industry, then obviously that's going to highlight that that person may not be that right person for the job. Motivations for applying as well, you'll be able to get an answer there in relation to their previous employer as to why they might be leaving that employer and wanting to apply for your position. So ask the question about what their plans are for the future, and the motivations for applying for that job will give you a great insight into exactly whether or not this person is going to be around for a while and they're applying for the right reasons. So that's the second question, Jeremy. Let's go on to the third.
The third, I love this question, and it's really quite a simple question, but it tells you a lot about the person that you're looking to hire. And it's, tell us about a time when you felt overwhelmed by a particular task, and what process or steps did you take to solve it? Now, what you're looking for here is, do they take responsibility for being overwhelmed? What's their level of ownership of the situation, and are they just about blaming everyone else? And so this is a really key for this question, is you're really looking for what ownership do they take, and then what process or steps do they take to solve that being overwhelmed, and really thinking through what problem-solving process do they have in place in their own mind. Now, obviously, with any employer-employee relationship, you're going to want to teach them how you go about solving problems, but this will give you a really good grounding on what their process is on solving problems, so that you can work with them and put the right steps in place to train them to make sure that you can solve the problems in the future. So that's number 3. Craig, number 4.
Number 4 is a question about asking for them to tell you about a time that they felt like they had too many responsibilities, and then flowing from that is what did they do to manage the fact that they had too many responsibilities. So in this one, you're looking for answers around time management and organisation. So if someone's got too many responsibilities or tasks on them, they need to manage their time well so they can get through those responsibilities and tasks. Also, again, similar to the question that Jeremy spoke about blaming others. Hopefully the answer is along the lines of they spoke with their manager, were able to put something in place where someone else took on different responsibilities, etc., etc. So it wasn't, it was everyone else's fault, and I, packed up and went home for the day. So you want someone to give you some answers about time management, organisation, being able to delegate as well is a good answer there if they're in that position, and then they've discussed it with their manager and come to a solution about how to manage the too many responsibilities. So that's number 4, Jeremy. The 5th and final question that we have for today.
Yeah, no worries. And apologies there to everyone listening for the plane that went over there. We can't control the Brisbane airport. So number 5 is, can you run through your typical day at your current or previous role? And here again, you want to see what kind of day they've had, what their responsibilities were, because your average person should be able to tell you what their roles and responsibilities were at their previous job, and you're really trying to hear about what they did. Does that match up to the roles and responsibilities, and does that match up to what you want for your business and your role? So, running through your typical day, you really want to listen hard to, as we said in questions 3 and 4, about their level of ownership of what happens in their day, and you're really looking for that ownership in your business, because you don't want someone who's in the blame culture. So, Craig, that's our 5 questions. Hopefully that plane has left going overhead.
It has indeed. I think it's landed. That was it for us today, as Jeremy said. So that's 5 questions to ask in an interview when you're interviewing someone for a new position. Questions about today's show, please get in touch with us through the various channels. Today's show was show number 109, so the show on the website for the show. So if you want to go further and a deeper dive into those answers that we had, the questions, please ask questions into your next interview question list that you do for you. So, as I said, that's it for us today. Thanks for joining us.
See you next week.